Why are submissions wonderful? Well, not because they're spectacular when you watch them, not at all, but more the effect that they actually have on a human being or the fighter. Submission is a powerful emotion, it's a powerful action for a human being. To submit to another person is to say that you've beat me, that you're better than me. But is that really the case? Are you saying that the person's better than you? By tapping, what you're doing is you're learning. And this is what I always say, you win or learn. You don't win or lose. Submission is an opportunity in which to reframe the challenge into something more positive that you can grow from. In that sense, submissions are good, they're effective, and they're a worthy learning tool. The thing about submission fighting, whether you're doing jiu-jitsu, MMA, or any other martial art in which a person has to submit for the fight to stop, it's quite a powerful emotion. Not only does it batter your ego, but what it does do is it indicates to everybody, all parties involved, including the person that's been submitted, that they gave up, that they're submitting to the other person. The issue with submission fighting is it taps into our primal urge. And our primal urge when we fight, or as fighters, is not to give up, it's to push on. And we have our own perception of ourselves, our own perceptions of our strengths and weaknesses. So when someone applies a submission, that essentially is testing your will. It's actually forcing you into a situation where you actually have to give up, to submit, to say to the other person, the other human being, that I'm actually giving up and you're better than me. Learning is very different to losing. Losers lose. Winners learn. And that's the most important thing to take away from submission fighting. So when you're rolling, whether you're doing jiu-jitsu, MMA, and I will say this, it's very different from when I'm training Wing Chun. When I train Wing Chun, it's always very ambivalent. I touch hands with someone, I hit them, I control them. It's always ambivalent whether who is in control or who is winning, if there's ever such a thing in training. But in contrast, when you compare that with jiu-jitsu, when I'm rolling and I'm training, if I catch someone in a submission or they catch me in a submission, it's pretty much cut and dry who controlled that situation, because they made me submit, they made me give up, and that is a clear marker on who is dominant. So when it comes to the difference of ambivalence or training, there's nothing more clear cut than submissions. For example, if I was caught in an armbar, it's a good idea for me to tap so I can roll again. And then from that position ask the guy, how did you catch me, what did you do, and then move forward from that, and then build a strategy based on learning how to defend myself. So submission fighting is good for you. One of the things I will say is that it shouldn't be avoided. Try to train, try to use the model as much in training as you can, because what it does do is it allows you to move forward, develop your skills, allows you to learn from your mistakes.